If you've spent time on Kathmandu's roads, you know what this looks like. Motorcycles, buses, and microvans squeezed together, fighting for every inch of space. The valley's geography means we can't pave our way out of this. Decades of rapid urbanization have consumed nearly every available plot of land. There is simply no room left to widen the roads. Public transit hasn't solved the problem because it operates in silos. Right now, private bus cartels compete directly with each other, duplicating routes in a chaotic system that is unsafe for passengers and unprofitable for the operators. To break this gridlock, the government has partnered with the Japanese International Cooperation Agency to draft a massive 200 billion rupee master plan up to the year 2050. The core idea is that Kathmandu can no longer operate on a flat plain. The city has to expand vertically. The plan breaks the capital into 3 functional layers: the surface, the underground, and the sky. The first layer of the strategy starts right at street level, overhauling both the physical roads and the policies that govern them. The chaotic syndicate model will be replaced with a concept called mobility as a service. The goal is to unify public transit under a single, modern ticketing system, managed centrally by the Nepal Railway Board. Looking at this map of the valley, the most immediate physical upgrade happens right here on the ring road. This entire circuit is slated to become a dedicated bus rapid transit loop, moving high volumes of people quickly around the city's perimeter. Branching off that main loop are 160 kilometers of designated strategic routes. These are specifically engineered to remain open and functional during natural disasters, ensuring emergency access to hospitals and security centers, even during an earthquake or severe flood. In the densest commercial and heritage areas, private vehicles will be banned entirely. The narrow, heavily congested streets of Tamil will be transformed into a strict car-free pedestrian zone. This pedestrian-first approach extends to the major heritage nodes, including both the Kathmandu and Lalitpur Durbar squares. The plan reclaims these historic plazas for foot traffic and introduces dedicated cycle lanes to connect them. Cleaning up the street level gives the city back to its residents. But all those private vehicles and long-distance commuters still need to go somewhere. That demand is pushed out of the surface intersections and straight into the layers above and below. When you can't expand outward, you have to dig. The second layer of the master plan moves the most severe bottlenecks underground. For vehicle traffic, the blueprints include a major new underpass at Maharajganj, along with a complex 2-story underground tunnel stretching directly from Chabahil to Gaushala. This map illustrates the true centerpiece of the entire mass transit vision, the East-West Metro line. Temporarily named the Ratna Park Bhaktapur Corridor, this 14.6-kilometer rail system cuts straight through the valley. To avoid disrupting the dense central urban area and the notoriously packed Koteshwar intersection, the train dips beneath the surface. These underground sections total nearly 2 kilometers of subterranean track. Moving the highest volumes of traffic below the street acts as a massive pressure release valve. It allows commuters to bypass the city's worst intersections entirely without requiring mass demolitions of homes and businesses on the surface. That brings us to the third and final vertical layer, the sky. When the ground is full and digging is too slow, infrastructure claims the empty airspace above existing roads. For standard traffic, this means a network of new elevated flyovers, specifically targeted to cross the Bagmati and Bishnumurti river corridors. This cross-section shows the rest of the east-west metro route. While a fraction runs underground, the vast majority, 12.7 kilometers of track, will be elevated, built on pillars directly above the existing right-of-ways of current roads. These elevated stations are designed for transit-oriented development. This means the immediate areas surrounding the metro stops are aggressively zoned for high-density, integrated commercial and residential use. These transit hubs are designed to pull the population away from the core. By concentrating residential and commercial space within walking distance of the elevated stations, the plan creates a series of self-contained urban centers in the Eastern Valley, linked by the rail line rather than the gridlocked roads below. The 2050 vision describes a city where the most valuable space is no longer reserved for cars. In this model, the infrastructure is reallocated to give pedestrians, cyclists, and metro riders priority over private vehicle flow. The rollout spans 3 phases: short-term goals for 2032, medium-term milestones including the metro in 2040, and final completion in 2050. But the financial hurdle is massive. Estimates place the cost at 188 billion rupees, easily crossing 200 billion, or 2 karba, once planning is finalized. According to JICA representatives, the technical work of drafting this roadmap is finished. The proposal has been handed over. The next step is no longer a matter of engineering, but whether the government chooses to approve and fund the first phase of construction.